Now we discuss about the tangent plane and normal line to the surface. Suppose that you have given the tennis surface. Let us assume that this is the one kind of surface. At this surface, you can draw the plane, and that plane touches to the surface, and that surface is known as tangent plane. Let us assume that this one is a plane. So this is our the tangent plane. But if I specified at this particular point, and that is what exactly our tangent plane, and perpendicular to that one, and that will be the normal line. Now question arises that how we can find a tangent line and normal line, and that is we are going to learn. So here let P be the any point on the surface. So this is our surface f of xyz. So P is a point and Q is the another point. But when I take Q tends to P, when I join this one P and Q, so it is going to be chord. But when I take Q tends to P, so at line it becomes a line, and that line is known as the tangent line. Since different curves can be obtained by joining Q to P. Q to P, also you are going to get the different curves, and the different tangent lines are obtained at P. If I call this one, so also you can say that this one line is there. If I talk about this one curve, and at this point I also can get this one tangent line. That means we can obtain the different tangent lines at the particular point P. And all these tangent lines lie in the plane, and that's why it is called as a tangent plane to the surface at P. And the line passing through P perpendicular to this one point, and this is our line passing through this perpendicular point, and that line is known as what exactly our normal line to the surface at P. So let us understand first method, tangent plane and normal line. So the equation of the tangent plane at this one point is x minus x0 fx f sub x at the particular point plus y minus y0 particular partial derivative of the function with respect to y, and plus z minus z0 f z at particular point equal to 0. But when we put at the particular point whatever we have the point P, so we will get the tangent plane, and the normal line also you can determine at the particular point x minus x0 divided by f sub x at x0 y0 z0 equal to y minus y0 divided by f sub y at x0 y0 z0 equal to z minus z0 divided by f sub z at x0 y0 z0. So these are the partial derivative with respect to x, y and z. So let us understand simple question. Find the equation of the tangent plane and normal line to this surface. So this is our surface. So let us call it f of xyz. So we need to consider fx, fy, f sub z. At the point 1, 2, so we get 6, 3 and 2. But we need to consider tangent plane at this point. So the formula x1 is x0, but x0 is nothing but 1, y0 is nothing but 2, and z0 is nothing but 3. fx at 1, 2, 3 and fy 1, 2, 3. f sub z at 1, 2, 3, and that is already clear. If I substitute all these values, so we will get x minus 1 into this is the 6 fx. I'm just going to replace this quantity as a 6, this quantity as a 3, and this is going to be only 2. So we will get this one. But when we simplify, so our answer is this one, and this is what exactly tangent plane. And this is the tangent plane. Suppose you want to determine the normal line, so in that case, what you have to do, x minus x0 divide by f sub x at 1, 2, 3, but x0 is 1, y0 is 2, and z0 is equal to 33. So when you simplify and put all these values, so you will get this one, and this is known as the normal line. Sometimes you may write t belong to R. So in that case, what you can say, x is equal 1 plus 16. Just compare with this one, and you will get the minus 1 on the right hand side, so plus 60. Y is equal, that is 2 plus 3t, and z is equal 3 plus 2t, where t is nothing but real number, and that is also you can mention that it is the normal line. Another question is there, so that the surface z is equal x1 minus 2 and this one x square plus y square plus z square is equal to 3 have the same tangent plane at this point. We want to show that both the surface have the same tangent at this particular point. So first find this is our f of x, y, z. So we can find fx, f sub y, f sub z at the point that is 1, 1 and minus 1. And therefore its tangent plane at this point will be f x minus x0, f sub x 1 comma 1 comma minus 1. And 1 plus y minus y0 f sub y 1 comma 1 comma minus 1 plus z minus z0 f z at 1 comma 1 comma minus 1 equals 0. When you simplify, you will get this one, x plus y minus z is equal to 3. X plus y minus z is equal to 3. And this is the what exactly tangent plane of the curve f of x, y, z. So now we need to consider another surface, and that is x square plus y square plus z square minus 3 is equal to 0. So whenever you find f sub x, f sub y, f sub z at the particular point 2, 2, minus 2, and after that we will put in the tangent plane, and when we simplify, so what we are going to get, x plus y plus z is equal to 3, and this is the same. That means we can say that both the surface have the same tangent at the particular point 1 comma 1 comma minus 1. Now we discuss about the gradient. Gradient is nothing but slope of the surface. Gradient is also denoted as the dy by dx, whatever we call it the tangent line. And the same argument we are going to consider gradient of the any surface, that is also you can determine. Suppose that z is equal f of xy, so we will denote it grade f, and is defined as del f, and where del is nothing but del by del xi plus del by del yz plus del by del zk. And f is nothing but scalar function. This is the scalar function because this is the scalar function. It doesn't contain any kind of direction. So grade f, and that is denoted as a word gradf, and after that if I write here f, so f will be there, and after simplifying you will get I cap del f by del x plus j cap del f by del y plus k cap del f by del z. And that grade f will be the vector quantity. So whenever you find the gradient of this and scalar function, so it will be always this vector quantity. Sometimes we will denote it del f by del x, del f by del y, and del f by del z. And this is the only vector quantity. And this is grade f. So let us understand the first question. Find grade f, or you can say del f, at particular point if f of x, y, z is equal given. So we can find the partial derivative with respect to x. So 3y constant, so it will be the 6xy, and this is the constant, so it will be the 0. But at this one point, you can determine that is fx but 1 comma minus 2 comma 1. So what you need to consider, x is equal 1 and y is equal, that is minus 2, so you will get the minus 12. Fy is there, fz also you can determine. So whenever you find the fy at 1 comma minus 2 comma 1, so it will be what? 3 times x is equal 1 square minus 3 times y is equal minus 2 square, z is equal 1 square. So whenever you simplify, so what you are going to get, 3 minus 12, that is going to be the minus 9. But here fz at 1 comma minus 2 comma 1, so it will be what? Y coordinate, that is minus 2 raised to 3, so minus 8, and minus 2, that is the 16, so you will get this 16. So all these we have determined, but we need to consider here grade f. So in that case also you can consider the point P, that is 1 comma minus 1 comma 1. So what you are going to get? Instead of that, also you can write that first one is what? That is fx at 1 comma minus 2 comma 1, and that is minus 12 I plus del f by del y, that is the minus 9j, and del f by del z, and that is the 16k, and this is what our final answer, and that is the gradient of f at 1 comma minus 2 comma 1. Otherwise, you may apply del f by del x, del f by del y, del f by del z, whatever we have. And just if I replace it and at that particular point, also you can determine minus 12i minus 9j plus 16k, and this is the same. And that is also you can see. Suppose you want to find the angle between the surface. This one surface is there, also this is the another surface. At this one point, what will be the angle? Suppose you have given that this one surface 1, this is the another surface. I want to determine the angle between these two surfaces. So what I have to find? First I have to find its tangent. Also I have to determine its tangent. So whenever I find its tangent, and if both the tangents are perpendicular to each other, that means we can say grade f and into grade z is equal, that is minus 1 at the particular point, and that will we can say that both the surfaces are perpendicular. But our question says we need to determine its angle. That means this will be the one gradient and this will be the another gradient. So based on that we can determine the two vectors, and after that we can determine its angle. So whenever surface is given, so we will keep in mind that we also determine angle between these two surfaces. Also we can see that both the surfaces are perpendicular or not, also we can see. But according to the question, we need to find angle between the surface. So let us understand first surface x square plus y square plus z square minus 9, and that is called as g f1, and another is that is the f2. But whenever I find the gradient of this function at particular points, so it will be the 4i minus 2i 2j plus 4k. And second surface is there when I find its tangent, that is the gradient at this point is this one. But angle between these two surfaces, that is cos theta, is equal grade phi1 into grade f2 divided by mod of grade f1 phi1 into mod of grade f2 phi2. So angle between two surfaces cos theta is equal grade phi1 into grade phi2 divided by mod of grade phi1 into mod of grade phi2. But whatever we have the grade phi1 and grade phi2, so just replace it, and this is what exactly it's now. If I suppose to find here grade phi2, so it will be what? 4 square, that is 60, minus 2 square, that is 4, minus 1 square, that is plus 1. So this is the under root 21, and the same grade phi1 will be the what, that is 6. But whenever I dot I, that is going to be 1, I dot c, that is going to be 0, and I dot k, that is going to be 0. So what we are going to get, 4 into 4, that is 16, then minus 2 into minus 2, that is plus 4, and 4 into minus 1, that is minus 4. So what we are going to get on this 16? So 16 divided by 6 under root 21. But whenever you simplify, so you will get this one. And that is what angle between these two surfaces. Theta is equal cos inverse 8 divided by 3 under root 21. Now we are going to discuss about the directional derivative. The rate of change of function of the several variable in the direction of the coordinate axis is known as the directional derivative. Suppose we have given that any surface. So what we can determine? We can determine its tangent plane. But we can observe that the tangent plane contains different direction. Suppose this is the surface, suppose this is the tangent, so we can say this is the again tangent line, this is again tangent line. All these tangent line occur in the one plane, and that's why it is what exactly tangent plane. So if I particular specified in this unit direction, suppose I want to find its derivative, and that derivative is known as the directional derivative. So for that, the directional derivative of a function f of xyz in the direction of vector A is the component of the grade f in the direction of A. And the formula, the directional derivative of f in the direction of A bar is given by grade f into A bar divided by its modulus. And this is what the unit vector. So we call it a cap into grade f. Sometimes we will write that directional derivative, d for the directional derivative of the function f in the direction. So what does it mean by? This means that directional derivative of this function in this unit vector. So that we will keep in mind that where a is the unit vector. Suppose a is not the unit vector, so we can determine using this way. So let us consider the first question. Find the directional derivative of this function at the point this one in the direction of the vector I plus 2i, 2j plus 2k. So f is there, that means we can determine its grade f. And after that, at this point, we can determine its gradient. We can determine its gradient at this point, that is 1 comma minus 3, and this is also can be written as 1 comma minus 3 comma minus 2. 1 comma minus 3 comma minus 2, and this is what? Grade f at the particular point. But the directional derivative in the direction of the vector, and this is the given vector. But how we can say this is a unit vector? So what we have to consider? First, u is equal a bar divided by its modulus. So a bar is what? That is the 1i plus 2j plus 2k. But when I find its modulus, so its modulus will be what? This is the under root 1 plus 4 plus 4. So what we can say, this is the under root 9. So what we are going to get, that is 3. So its vector will be what? 1 divided by 3, 2 divided by 3, and again 2 divided by 3. And this is what exactly unit vector. So I can say this is a u cap. So our directional derivative function f in the direction a. Sometimes this is denoted by a cap. So no need to consider here different vector, that is u. So grade f into a cap at this particular point, and that is we have minus 1 minus 3j, and this is 2k. So again, this can be written as also you can written as 1 comma minus 3 comma minus 2 into, and this vector already we have derived. So what we can say, this is 1 comma 3, 2 comma 3, and again 2 comma 3. But when you take its dot product, so what we are going to get? 1 divided by 3 minus 3 into 2 by 3. So ultimately we will get the minus 2. And whenever you simplify, so minus 4 divided by 3. But 3 is the LCM, so 1 minus 6 minus 4. But whenever you simplify, so what you are going to get? Only minus 3. Because this is a minus 10 and plus 1, so it is going to be minus 9 divided by 3. So minus 3. So also you can do in this way. So directional derivative of the function f at the direction a is nothing but a minus 3. Thank you.